So now I have the key to the Studebaker. The key to the Mercedes, similar. And in there is where I find the envelope, which, how did I manage not to have the envelope? I'm so confused. Maybe I did actually eat the envelope in the last game, but I just forgot. No, this is the registration. That's not where I find the envelope. Never mind. Okay, well, whatever. Let's see what's in the trunk. Assuming that that's the key to the trunk based on no information except my sheer optimism. Hey, I was right! The key fits. You turn the key, opening the trunk. Inside the trunk, but you... Oh, no! That is Mama Pepperoni. I am afraid we found it. That's Mama Pepperoni. Some trunks are better left unopened, says Daddy in chat. You're wrong. You're just wrong. You turn the key, opening the trunk. Inside the trunk, you can't help but notice a very large object, taking up a lot of space. The woman can't be opened. This game is Mama Pepperoni, says Van Whitman in chat. Yes, exactly. I think you've seen plenty already, without examining her. Let's operate the dead woman. Produce no effect. Let's eat the dead woman. You must be hungry enough to eat a horse. Wow, great. So we know she's dead, which, I mean, we already... Hello. I did not actually want to examine myself. It's a gag that's made of adhesive tape. So I have some adhesive tape. How odd. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any other part of her that's, like, separate. I'm trying to figure out if there's a pocket or something, or maybe the ropes around her ankles. No. Let's just go ahead and close that up again. The back of the car cannot be closed for some reason. So we know her corpse is back there, and I can get the gag made of adhesive tape from it. How odd. Mother effers will do anything but speak to a woman, says Daddy in chat. I mean, she was quite dead. I guess nothing... Did it specifically say she was dead, or was it too busy making fun of how fat she was? I think I remember where the envelope is from, and I know how I didn't find it yet. Whoops. I was just looking at a corpse, and the police did not take kindly to that. Oh, dear. We're back at the Bellevue Hospital, brand new wing for hopeless mental invalids. I mean, we are definitely making progress. It is genuinely unquestionable that progress is being made here. Here's this jerk. There's our delicious meal. Yum, yum, yum. This right here, this should be the cover image for this whole series. It just says woman. It doesn't say dead woman. The shot glass does not have any effect on the woman. It does just say woman. It doesn't say dead women. It doesn't say dead women either. It doesn't say dead woman. It's a snapshot of a woman. You feel as though you should recognize this broad, probably because she's in the trunk right now that you're looking at. The woman can't hear you. It doesn't say she's dead. Nothing is explicitly saying that she's dead. Damn it. Nothing is specifically saying that she's actually dead. And this is Joey's car. Joey wanted to kill us. Oh, Nettie, you're a genius. The drug was for nerve gas. That one's empty. That one's not empty. Did I do that wrong? Now contains medrazine. The medrazines appears to be having a rather adverse effect on the woman. It's nice to administer this nerve gas antidote when someone is exposed to nerve gas, but when they're not, it proves to be somewhat uncomfortable. In fact, it proves to be deadly. Living and learning at the expense of another life may also prove to be deadly. Okay, so that was a very good thought, Nettie, but it turns out not nerve gas. It was not nerve gas that was used on her. We are cooking, Bit, in more ways than two. I think she's alive, and I just don't know what to do with that fact. Maybe if I hit her, she'll wake up. The force of your blow sends shockwaves through the ripples of fat that absorb the effects of anything with less than a 2-ton payload. In other words, she doesn't feel it. Great, cool, thank you. Maybe I could shoot her. That'll do it. That'll solve the problem. You've just murdered it. She was alive! She was alive! You've just murdered an innocent woman. I don't think you'll get away with this one. Then she's now more food than ever. The one thing that the AI is certain of is that what we're looking at is food. I don't think you'll get away with this one. Or on second thought, maybe you will. So how would if I find like smelling salts or something, then that's obviously going to be the solution. But without smelling salts, like none of these, yeah, these are all empty vials. I can't put rye and water in it, can I? Eat that pile of checks. I am so glad that I am finally playing a game in which the main character has pica. Why haven't we done this before? Every game, every adventure game, the main character should have pica. Now, we haven't even seen the woman who wants us dead yet. Here she is. Oops, I don't want to operate the purse. I just want to open the purse. It's like I simultaneously feel like I'm making progress and like I'm making no progress whatsoever. Maybe I just need to take off her gag and leave this open and she'll wake up on her own. Maybe time is the solution. Maybe whatever's already in this syringe will solve the problem. But probably not. Dang it. Why are the cops so fast in this particular playthrough? Okay, I'm going to try to just like open the trunk, take off her gag, and then leave. Oop, don't take her. Take the gag. Thank you. What is with the timing? What is happening here? Well, looks like I'm just not going to save her. Too bad for her. How did I get out here this time? I guess I must have gone the back way. Kablamo. In vino veritas. I can't put the wine in the syringe. I can't put the wine in the shot glass. What the heck are those pictures? You mean the ones in the sewer? The AI doing a flawless job of interpreting this image. AI being the best as always. It's a manila folder labeled Ace's Bad Checks. I didn't actually look at the manila folder before. Somehow we have a wine cask where I can open the spigot, but I can't drink the wine. The spigot would be hard to swallow. How about the wine, idiot? Let me just get a purse full of wine. I think you are supposed to die and then relive everything. That's not Deja Vu. That's just a time loop, says Van Whitman in chat. I mean, given that I am the player and the player is living a life outside of the character in the video game, it's Deja Vu for me. It's a time loop for the game, for the character. Well, let's just leave that flowing. No reason that'll be problematic. So I think what I forgot here is to open this desk. Yes, okay. So this is where the envelope is. But the envelope just tells us where the pharmacy is. Okay, so for the not dead woman, I need the key. The key is in the safe. But in order to actually rescue her, I need something else. Maybe I need something from the pharmacy. But as soon as I leave here, I can't go back unless the yellow cab knows how to come back, even like the yellow cab knows Joe's bar, even though the blue cab doesn't. Maybe you're just an entity possessing a body, says Van Whitman in chat. That would explain why I don't remember anything. The key cannot be opened. Sorry, I meant to operate the key on the door. Here's this friend again. Are you sure there isn't a receipt address on the pharmacy bill? There was the pharmacy address. Now, it's made out to Joe's bar. No. Nope. Sorry, bum. I've got more important things to do right now. It is a blue cab. The motor is running. It is a yellow cab. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. Perhaps if you look at the envelope, says Nettie. Standard legal-sized envelope. It is edible. We can eat the envelope. Would that help? I haven't attempted to use the yellow cab. So it's like a blue cab, but it has advertisements. See the World's Fair, New York City. Sorry, bub. I ain't heard of that place. Okay. Simultaneously making progress and making no progress. Well, wait. I know how to open a locked door. I forgot. I know how to open a locked door. So I need to go to 934 West Sherman. I did not wish to speak to myself. Nope, still 75 cents. So maybe there's a different purpose to using the blue cab than the yellow cab. Maybe it's just that you need to stiff the cab driver at some point, and you can only stiff each of them once. Now, I remember how to unlock a door. It seems that I missed. I don't remember how to unlock a door. Click. My aim is bad. Shooting a door and nobody bats an eye? Pretty sus, says Van Whitman in chat. I mean, I can straight up murder this guy. You've shot whatever was standing inside the office. And, yep, nobody bats an eye to that either. The handle still feels warm, even though the man on the other side is dead. What am I missing? What am I missing? Are you warm, y'all? Weasel asked Van Whitman in chat. I mean, not after I've been shot. I can't eat the car registration or the manila folder, but I can eat the checks. I don't understand what the rules are for what my pica lets me eat and what my pica does not let me eat. Seems like the case is gone cold, says Van Whitman in chat. Thank you. I mean, we've actually made great progress. It's just, it's always hard to guess, like, okay, now what is the actual next step? So I don't know how to wake up the woman, but that might be pharmacological. That's a word, right? Pharmacological? Is that how that goes? Pharmacological? Should have been Kirby, so you can suck everybody and everything, says Van Whitman in chat. I think that Ace Harding already is, for a human, shockingly good at eating things. I'm just trying to think. Why is the guy eating paper again? Asked Van Whitman in chat. Because we like eating things. Because finally we have found an adventure game where when you tell it to consume something that isn't food, instead of just going, no, you can't eat that, it says, okay, I guess, you know, you're the player, what you say goes. There was a key at the bungalow that you haven't tried unlocking things with. That's true, Nettie, but I don't know how to get back here. So, like, where would I go to find something? Maybe for some reason she has the key to my office or to the doctor. Maybe you shouldn't eat stuff, suggests Van Whitman. How dare you? Can't open this window bit. I'm not eating. How dare you? I'm definitely not eating jelly beans right now. Okay, that's a very interesting thought. I can go to that that other woman's house, take the key, and still make one other trip. We know that you're eating for bullets and pharmacy bills, he always says, Nettie in chat. Shh. You need some pharmacological thingamabob, right? Says Van Whitman in chat. I think so. One way or another, I need to get into the pharmacy. It just hasn't. I don't have any idea how yet. 520 South Kedzie. I tried, Van Whitman. I shot the pharmacy key, the pharmacy door, and the pharmacy keyhole, and nothing worked. Should have shot the pharmacist, says Van Whitman in chat. I mean, if I could find him. I like how the cab is still outside with the with the motor running, and he sees me shoot a door and is like, well, you know, it wasn't my door. What the hell do I care? Hello, I missed this before. It's a gaudy, expensive pearl earring. If I were you, I wouldn't wear it in this part of town. They're homophobic around these parts. So here's this mystery key. How many bullets do you have? Infinite, as Van Whitman in chat? Very much not. We have that many left. Oh, we have one left. Yeah, because these are just the empty cartridges. Yeah, this one's been fired. So we have one left in that gunnulator, and 6 left in this gunnulator. So not at all infinite, but we do have a fair number. What did I use the first bullet for? I know I had 3 in here. What did I use the first one for? So if you get mugged, game over, asks Van Whitman. The gun is not a solution to a mugging anyway. Okay. This is... Yeah, I mean, I can now go to the pharmacy, 934 West Sherman. 75 cents. You mean the pharmacy? Asked Van Whitman in chat. Ayo, they are the ones who gave me irreversible brain damage. Why is that the key to this door? Well, I don't care why that's the key to this door, but I will mark it. Pharmacy. So I can make progress. I can get into the pharmacy. So actually, here's the thing that mainly annoys me about that. Look at this key. This is clearly the key to like a jewelry box or a diary or something like that. Like the scale of this key, this is not any kind of door key. Certainly not like this relatively strong, like armored pharmacy door key. The door is now open. You're inside a doctor's office. There's nobody around. Perhaps you should wait for a nurse. It's just a small key. It's doing its best, says Van Whitman in chat. So possibly one of these will be the solution to my current predicament. It's a vial labeled Offriol. Sodium pentothal. Medrazine. Bisodiumitis. I've heard that one before. So we've got more Offriol and bisodiumitis. Medrazine. Sodium pentothal. Stop clicking on that. Bisodiumitis. Lots of bisodiumitis. Chemopapin. That's actually chemopopane, but it's bread. Chemopapin. Specimen 1113. Todd Zipman. So we've got a sperm sample from Todd Zipman. That's something. Now, sodium bicarbonate? You mean bicarbonate of soda? Like baking soda? Wow, how exciting. Baking soda. The medicine cabinet cannot be opened for some reason. It's a file cabinet. There's a combination lock that keeps it safe from would-be snoopers like you. Van Whitman, that's in a vial. I obviously should take it into the syringe and inject it into my body. If you can't read the eye chart from where you are, get glasses. I have glasses. They don't fit. The eye chart wouldn't agree with you. Well, I think it's time to start injecting random crap into my body. So let's start with sodium bicarb. The drug had no effect. Wow, shockingly, you would think baking soda in your bloodstream would have an effect, just not a good or useful one. Maybe you should wear glasses, suggests Van Whitman in chat. I mean, the only ones I could find don't fit. The bisodiumitis takes effect. The first waves of your lost memory start rolling in. Yay! Okay, bisodiumitis is what we need. This one seems to be from your childhood. It's mother. She baked a cake. Maybe it's your birthday. Or maybe it's the family celebration of your departure for boarding school. So do I need more bisodiumitis? Bisodiumitis? The bisodiumitis takes effect. You have one of those feelings like you've done this before. There's a word for it, but that's one thing you don't seem to remember. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, sodium pentothal, isn't this the one that's supposed to be truth serum? The sodium pentothal takes effect. You start to feel dizzy. You don't know if you can maintain your balance any longer. You want to drop and fall asleep, but your senses are too sharp and your mind tells you to stay awake in the face of this dangerous situation. Your determination wins out and the drug slowly wears off, but you have an after effect, a strong urge to talk your head off, to spill your guts, to confess to a priest if you must. Yeah, okay, so that's truth serum. How does that connect to anything, asked Van Whitman? How does what connect to anything? So medrazine, this was we already have medrazine. It was the solution to nerve gas, yeah. And then there are a couple that we have the vial for, but we don't have any actual drug. I'm taking every drug right now. We're drugging it all up. You feel the ofriol course through your veins. You feel it pump through your heart. You feel your heart stop pumping. You feel pain in your chest. You wonder, was this a mistake? As you collapse to the ground, you begin to think so. As you lose consciousness, you begin to believe so. As you die, you begin to know so. So whatever ofriol is, it caused my death. Don't move the button. Let me actually close the game so that this will open in the right location again. You've drugged everyone in chat, Yahweasel, says Van Whitman. I found a lot of drugs here. So we know that the sodium, no, this one, whatever this was, that one. We know that the bisodiumitis, that's what we actually need to live. I mean, I may as well take the sperm sample from whoever this sperm sample is from. It's a vial labeled Specimen 1113, Todd Zipman. Let's go ahead and consume Todd Zipman's sperm sample. You probably shouldn't have done that. That wasn't lemonade you just drank. Now you feel sick. The vial is empty. Okay, let's not drink the sperm sample. Which chemical was the one that killed you? Assumes to chat. Ofriol. Medrazine was the cure for thingy thing. Sodium pentothal is truth serum. Ofriol is death. Bisodiumitis is for my condition. Sodium pentothal is still truth serum. Medrazine is for nerve gas. Ofriol is death. Sodium pentothal is still truth serum. I thought there was one other drug here. Chemo-bread. Another memory wave from your childhood comes through. You remember that you have a badly drawn tattoo of a dog on your lip. Try to mainline the urine sample instead, suggests Nettie. God, what a good idea. Another memory wave from your childhood comes through. It's Taco, your pet dog. Say woof, Taco, that a boy. Taco wants to play. Taco sends you to the hospital for stitches. You ate Taco. Okay. We've got chemo-bread. We've got the bread drug. So what will chemo-bread do? The chemo-bread quickly takes on a wonderful effect. You feel like a new man. You want to buy flowers and spread them out all over this glorious globe. You'd like to plant some trees and fill the animals. No, and feed the animals. You want to skip through the slum sections of town and shower the huddled masses with silver dollars. You'd like to put all the children on a great big bus and send them to Disneyland. You want to gather all the world leaders around a campfire, lead them in a sing-along, and buy them all a Coke. Then, just as quickly, the drug wears off and you find yourself standing again on planet Earth. Yeah, I got Taco tattooed on my lip. So weed, as Joey in chat, is weed is THC a depressant or is it a downer or an upper? Because that was clearly an upper. So we don't need the bread drug. Got more of that cure. We got more chemo-bread. And more, that's right, the sodium bicarb. I am approximately 100% sure that that's baking soda. Why would you have a vial of baking soda? But you're right, I should definitely mainline the sperm sample. This type of vial is not designed to be used with hypodermic syringes. Damn it, it won't let me mainline the sperm sample. So I still probably can't get into the filing cabinet. Oh, yes I can. The gun is the solution to every problem. Why did I forget? You just did major damage to the file cabinet. Hello. Okay. So Joey Siegel has ordered a bunch of... Marsha Vickers is Joey's secretary. Okay. Marsha Vickers, Joey's secretary. Okay. No address on here. Lot of files. Sodium bicarb, harmless slightly, here's the actual, here's how I figure out what these all are. Harmless slightly alkaline solution. How do you spell relief? Oh, is it supposed to be for acid reflux, but instead you're mainlining it? $10.95 USD for a syringe in 1941 is crazy, says Nettie in chat. I know, the prices do seem, 75 cents for a cab ride in 1941 seems insane, doesn't it? Bisonitis is the antidote to diethanol trimine. Diethyl trimine is a drug that miraculously blocks all memory. It even achieves permanent memory loss if the subject has been injected and left to the effects of the drug for a period of a few hours. In order to counteract the process, the subject must be injected with an antidote within that period. An overdose of diethyl trimine can be fatal. You find a description of the drug's use as truth serum. By injecting the subject with sodium pentothal, it says, you induce the subject into a state of unconsciousness that, at the same time, makes him or her particularly conducive to voracious... that means truthful. Voracious behavior, i.e. speaking the truth. Under such conditions, the subject is liable to divulge his or her darkest secrets without the least inhibitions. The file says, chemo-bread, drug used to induce a state of gooey euphoria. but another wave of memory from your childhood comes through. It's Susie Q, the girl next door. Susie Q gave you your first kiss. In fact, she gave all the boys in the neighborhood their first kiss. Susie Q grew up to be very popular. Then you ate her, but at least you got a tattoo of an alien on your cheek. The file says, Medrazine, drug used in the treatment of patients who have been exposed to nerve gas, can be fatal to those who have not been exposed. Ofriol, drug used in the treatment of patients with spastic heart palpitation, can be fatal to those without this condition. I wonder if, what's-her-name has spastic heart palpitations. The file says, symptoms of spontaneous combustion, smoke. The file says, symptoms of skeletal dissolution. That's super bad. Sudden collapse of body, resulting in a shapeless pile of flesh that measures roughly 1 foot high and 3 feet in diameter. Likely condition? Symptoms of cardiovascular shutdown. Death. Classic symptoms of gyrotomic inflammation, which means like setting on fire, right? Sudden protrusion of tennis ball-sized eruptions. Rapid-fire bursting of eruptions emitting thick balls of phlegm that can cause serious damage to the surrounding environment. Slight headache. What kind of pharmacy is this, asked Eddie? I think that this is a doctor's office and he's just also the pharmacist because this is 1941. Typical symptoms of motobuterruptus, sudden rise in pituitary secretion, loud high-pitched laughter, swift jerky motions, rapid lip palpitations, bulging eyeballs, convulsive flailing of the arms, strong desire to be honored in France. That means that's a joke to somebody. Hey, Ace Harding! Under the Harding file, it is a report of Ace Harding's last checkup with a strong advisory for Mr. Harding to quit smoking. Well, I'm glad somebody understood that smoking was bad in this era. The shot-up cabinet cannot be opened because it's already opened. After another memory wave from your childhood comes through, it's Father O'Malley from the DeMille boarding school for young followers of all 10 commandments and then some. Father O'Malley is about to teach you a lesson. You are about to learn it. You will never, ever forget it, except for 10 minutes ago when you did forget it. At the DeMille school, you learn to talk with your fists. So, I mean, we've ransacked the place. I suspect that Ofriol is the solution for the woman in the trunk. I think she has heart palpitations. I think I need to eat the filing cabinet. I think I need to speak to the filing cabinet. You cannot eat the shut-up cabinet. You cannot eat the file drawer. I'm still very confused by what's going on with my own office. Is it possible that this key just opens all of the doors in this building? Yes, apparently it does. Well, let's see who's waiting for us. The door is now open. The shadow is gone. I'm dead. He blows you away. He was probably hired to do so. Sort of expected that. Da-da-da-da-da-da. No scroll wheel in this version of Mac, that's for sure. So I think that our timer is gone. We no longer have a timer. Okay, we're going to deal with that problem, and then we're going to go in and see what that problem was. Shoot first, ask questions never. You're in a shabby office that is practically barren. The shelves are empty. Either the previous occupant of this place went out of business, or he just has very little business to show anything for. The previous occupant was me, but I don't fully remember that yet. Is this an ammo box? It looks like a box marked ammo. Gonna go with yes there, so I do get more ammo if I need it. That's a lot of ammo. This gun was out of ammo. I did have another gun, so it's not that big of a deal. Fine, I'll eat all of these cartridges first, and then I will put the new ammo in the gun. If you don't have room because of the cartridges already in the gun, eat the cartridges. It's that simple. So there's a corpse back here. This must have been the man you shot through the glass door. He is quite dead. You may be lucky, because if you hadn't killed him first, he might have blown you away as soon as you entered the room. He looks like a mob hitman. The dead man cannot be opened. These shelves are not anything. The file cabinet looks accessible. It's a file that reads Grudge between Joey Siegel and Sugar Shack. Be on the lookout for anything suspicious between these two. Sugar Shack is known to have a burning hatred for something that Siegel did to her. Sugar Shack in the past. Be prepared for fireworks. So Sugar Shack is probably a prostitute. Case of the blackmailed alderman. Solved when Sugar Shack was discovered to be the blackmailer. I destroyed her evidence and got the alderman off the hook. Sugar Shack is doing 5 years in the pen. Okay, so Sugar Shack, nothing to do with this case. Appears to be a letter that reads, Ace, I've got a deal for you. A way that you can get off the hook with your gambling debts. It's a simple kidnap job. All you gotta do is pick up this wealthy woman and deliver her to me. Okay. I'll worry about the rest. If all goes well, I'll collect a nice fat ransom while you get to live. You even get to consider your gambling debts as being paid. I trust you to pull it off right, because if you bungle it, you'll take the rap. I've got everything planned so nothing will lead to me. This is the only thing you'll ever get, so think it over and call you-know-who. If you refuse, then it's been nice knowing you. So we were blackmailed into that whole situation with the woman in the trunk, probably by Joey Siegel, and then either we wussed out or something, or she was already in the trunk, so but something happened and we didn't follow through, and now Joey Siegel has his hitmen after us. Through the window, you can see only the blackness of night. Either that, or the window hasn't been cleaned for decades. The window cannot be opened. What about with a gun? Your aim is not... I somehow missed the window. The dead man would be hard to swallow. Can I just take him with me? Why? It's like he has a complete sprite, but you can't actually do anything with that fact. The dead man is undamaged. There was nothing in the desk, right? Or either there was nothing in the desk or whatever was in the desk, I already took it. Oh, it was the ammo, right? Which I've already used, so I may as well eat the ammo box. I still can't get back to Joe's bar, I want to point out. For all of this, look at all the progress we've made. I can't do anything with it because I can't go home again. The handkerchief cannot be opened. I mean, maybe I can give him $20. Maybe he'll be even happier with $20 than he would have been with 75 cents. Oh wait, it's not about the price. I don't know where to say to go. Dang it. Take me to Joe's bar. I've never heard of that place. Take me to 1 Joe's Bar Avenue. Here's what I'll do. Google Maps. We're going to go to Chicago. We're going to search for Joe's Bar in Chicago, because we know that's where we are. What's the most famous place in Chicago? Where would they definitely have in Chicago? Here's Navy Pier. There's the Lincoln Park Zoo. There's Lincoln Park, I mean. Things to do in Chicago. Chicago Cultural Center. That's not for our main character. That's not for Ace Harding. International Museum of Surgery. I don't think that Ace Harding would care about that either. Okay, we're going to go to 2121 North Stockton Drive. Nope, he's never heard of it. He's never heard of Lincoln Park. Okay, I do not know what to do. If I knew the address to Joe's bar, dang, I really, like, that feels like I'm really missing something quite important here. Somewhere there has to be a way to find the address to Joe's bar so that I can tell him. Maybe I just say Joe's. Well, Nettie, the problem is that I need the objects. Like, it's not just the information. I need the actual things that I gained. I need the off-real. So I do actually need to go here. Here, the pharmacy. Just gonna keep eating stuff for a bit. I can't eat the diary. Don't be ridiculous. You can't eat a diary. Paper. Oh, I see what you mean, Nettie. I mean, I don't think that I just missed something with the address, but, you know, maybe I did. Maybe I did. Joe's bar. Where is the address most likely to be written on a bar? Like on a bill or something. A bill would have the address. Click and drag. All that was in the safe was bad checks and something very important. Could just be like on the building, suggests Nettie in chat. I feel like I would have noticed that, but perhaps not. Perhaps not. Oh, yeah. It was that key that was also in there. Okay, now I can actually open the door and let myself out. Oops, that's not how that works. That's the wrong key. No. Maybe I need to close this door? The front door to Joe's bar is right where it belongs. No, I don't think I'm just missing the address. Maybe, wait. I mean, I'm just on the street. Maybe something else on the street has a clear address. The newsstand, that doesn't even really have an address. All Night Gun Palace. Maybe I can say Pete's All Night Gun Palace. I don't see any street signs. I wonder if you can say, like, where am I? He might not have even noticed it. You're standing on Peoria Street. It did say Peoria Street, didn't it? You're in the street. Where did it say Peoria Street? Oops, I forgot that that's death. You're right, something did say Peoria Street. Can I get more specific than that? Maybe I just say Peoria Street. I actually didn't want to use a save. You're in the street. You're in front of a newsstand. You can't find it because it's actually named Joey's Bar, says Joey in chat. Oh. On the street in front of Pete's All Night Gun Palace. Mugger. Okay, you are standing on Peoria Street. In this one location, it will tell us. Here is the question. Can I just say Peoria Street? Or does it want me to say, like, one Peoria Street? Peoria Street. Apparently you can just say Peoria Street, so I can get back again. Now, I owe him 75 cents. I don't have 75 cents, so I'm just gonna have to give him 20 bucks. Cabby is overwhelmed with your generosity and thanks you heartily for the tip. You're welcome, Cabby. Yes, chemo-bread. No, that's not the one I want. Ofriol, that's the one I was gonna try. But let me actually save this in another slot first. Definitely in another slot because I just spent 20 bucks on a cab ride. The Ophryoll takes effect on the woman. The Ophryoll takes effect on the woman's heart. The woman's heart stops. The woman dies. This does not appear to be good. The police never like the looks of something like this. They'll probably want to do something about it. They probably will do something about it. Okay, so not the Ophryoll. It is possible that not every drug you find has an actual use. But maybe she wants the chemo-bread. The drug appears to have no effect on the person, but I'll bet that deep inside there's some wonderful, wonderful dreams going on about birds and flowers and busloads of children heading for Disneyland. Medrazine killed her. Diethyltrimine is the stuff that did bad stuff to us. More Ophryoll. Chemopapon. Medrazine, bisodiumitis. I don't know. Does she have the same thing we had? That didn't make any sense. Why would she be asleep? Did I do that wrong? Maybe she just needs some sodium bicarb. No. It's the last thing I'm going to try just for giggles. Okay, so after shooting her up full of all sorts of nonsense, it's quite possible you'll want to make her forget all this, says Nettie in chat. I didn't actually get any spare diethyltrimine. I don't have diethyltrimine. I don't have any spare. So we're just gonna call this. We're gonna call this